So guys, if you could tell, I have company. I got them two little ones here. Say hi.
Hi.
Say hi, Dakota.
Hi, Grandma.
And DJ.
DJ.
And bye-bye. Well, hello everybody. I know I have not seen you in a while. I just been resting. How have you been doing? Well, today what we're gonna do, I'm gonna get I have some buckets right here, baskets, and I'm gonna show you how they look. I have some baskets like this with holes, and I'm gonna prep them up for whatever needs to be the next project. I have soil, I have potty mix, and I have my other amendments. And the purpose of me prepping these buckets is I don't like to have unused soil. Unused soil can attract rodents. So I don't want them in a bag and I try to use the bag later, find out I have a visitor. So I like to go ahead on and prep them up. I do have some things in the future that I will plant in them, but right now I'm just going to go ahead and prep them up, let Mother Nature water them, get them all ready for whatever my next project is going to be. So come along with me so you can see what I'm doing. Hold on. You still there? Okay, let's go. First thing I'm going to do is going to take my shovel and I'm going to shovel some soil I have already in the bucket. So we're going to divide this soil up amongst 3 buckets of the same size, and I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. So this is one bucket. We're going to move this one to the side. And we're going to get this other bucket filled. Oh, you can't see me. Well, just trust and believe. I'm filling up a bucket. So, step 1, buckets are finished. Let me show you how they look. Three buckets. So, now that we have the garden soil in there, and mind you that the buckets that we're using, they're like $5 at Family Dollar or any little dollar store, convenience store that you can buy baskets. You have to make sure that it's food gradable, and you will know that by looking at the bottom of it. If it have a 2 or above, you can use it. So we got garden soil. The next thing I'm going to put in there, I'll show you. I have some pre-mixed cocoa coir. So now that that's the next project that the next soil we're going to use, I'll be right back to show you how they look. So now that the cocoa coir is added to all 3, we're going to mix it up, and then we'll put some potty mix in it. So I'll tell you what, before I put the potty mix in, I'm going to take my little mini rake, that's what I call it, and I'm going to blend the soil and the cocoa coir together. I'm not going to pre-moisten it because the cocoa coir is already pre-moistened. So I don't want to have it too saturated. There's no need. I'm not going to plant anything in it right now. So I'm just going to mix it up for a little bit. A little bit before I add the other stuff in there. So now I have that mixed up. I'm going to go ahead and add some perlite in there. It doesn't matter which brand you use. It'll be fine. You don't have to get extravagant. You buy and you get what you can afford. So I have that. And I'm going to, just for goodness sake, I'm going to go ahead and put a little vermiculite in it. You don't have to get the brand that you see everybody have. You get what you can afford. Be careful, because this stuff will blow. So, again, now that we do have that in there, I'm going to do the same thing I just did with the cocoa coir, and then I'll show you how that looks after I mix that in. Because you're going to mix it again once you add you have other things that you want to add in there, like the potty mix. So just give it, you don't have to give it a real hard stir right now, because you're going to add some more stuff in it. But you do want to have it at least halfway blended up. So now I'm going to let you see how that looks. Now that it's slightly blended up, we can go ahead on and add some potty mix. So I guess you're still with me. We added our bag of potty mix to each one. And as you can see, with this potty mix, it already has some perlite in it. So now we're going to go to the next step. So the next step is we're going to blend it in some more. We're going to blend it in with all the other mixtures that we have for the cocoa coir, the vermiculite, and the perlite. You're going to mix it in your bucket. And we're going to do each bucket the same way. We're just going to blend it. Now, I have not added any water to this mixture because everything is already pre-moistened. Now, why this potty mix was wet, I don't know. Because it's been in my trunk. It's been in the house. It has never been outside. So now we have that in here. We're going to go ahead and add a little garden lime. These are containers, and I do more containers and elevated raised beds than I do anything. So containers need to be well amended, because they lose their nutrient values faster than if you was in an in-ground. I'm going to put a little bone meal. And again, this is just the way I do my containers or my garden area. So you're going to find your way. And no, I have not measured it, but I can tell you I want it to be planted in it for a while. Now after I do that, I'm going to blend it in again. By the time anything goes in here, everything will be well blended. Everything will be well blended. So stick with me. Okay, love lady, what you got going on next? Next, I have me some plant food. Now, this is slow release. Slow release is more like the pellet side. So I'm going to show you how that looks. Looks like that. So I do like to go ahead on and sprinkle some in there. The plant mix, potting mix, already have a little fertilizer in it. But by the time I use it, the ingredients will be already activated and it will start breaking down. And again, somebody be like, why are you doing that? Well, long story short, this is Lovelady's journey. And next, I'm gonna do, as you can see, rabbit fertilizer. This is my first time opening this. I normally use the chicken manure, but we're gonna try these and on this go round. And only because I really want to see the difference between the rabbit and the chicken. Oh Lord, that's a lot. But what I do here is that this beast, the rabbit manure, is pretty darn good. So let me show you how that look. I got everything that I'm going to use as of now in it. So I'm going to turn you around. Hi. So you can see just how my bucket looks so far. So now only thing I have to do is blend in my rabbit manure. Again, sometimes I use the chicken, sometimes I use black cow. But I will add those particular things when it's time to get used. So, hang on. So, now that I have those containers completed, I am 3 containers ahead. Now, that is my method. You choose to do your method the way you want to do it. And so far, it haven't guided me wrong. Now, I'm sorry, but it's a beautiful day, and I know that we will have some rain in the next 2 days, which is good. So I don't have to water those to get everything mixed in. The soil was already a little moistened already, so they can sit out and dry a little bit, because the next 2 days we should have some chance of rain. Now, everyone have a different method. And what you're watching is Lovelady's Garden Projects and More method. And my method has been working for me since I've started gardening. That's not meaning it's easy. It's just saying that I've learned what works for me. And as a gardener, new time gardener, as you start going into different seasons, you will know what works for you. So if you like this method, if it works for you, all means, do it. But as your journey continues, you will find out what method works for you. And I'm going to take you around the garden just so you can see what's been going on with me in the fall. So hold on.